Hey, and happy October, Murray State University.
Take a seat and get comfy because a new episode of MSU Tonight starts right now.
Tonight's episode is going to be a fun one, folks. We're going to discuss some upcoming important dates, cover what's happening this week on campus, and discuss the latest victories of sports on campus.
We're also going to play a fun new trivia game that'll end in humiliation for the losers. But up first, let's jump into hot topics.
As we approach the upcoming elections, it's crucial to stay informed about your voting options and key deadlines. If you're already registered to vote, great. But remember, some important deadlines have passed, while others are fast approaching.
First, voter registration closed on October 7th. If you missed that, unfortunately, you won't be able to vote in the election. For those who made it in time, it's now about making sure your ballot counts. The next key date to keep in mind is for early in-person voting, which runs from November 2nd to November 4th. Giving you 3 days to cast your ballot ahead of Election Day. And finally, for those planning to vote by mail, your mail-in ballot must be returned and postmarked by November 5th and received by November 8th to be counted.
Election Day is right around the corner on November 5th, so double-check your voting plan and get ready to make your voice heard. This past week, Isaac Gallimore met with Matt Purdy at Career Services to discuss the career fair at CVS Center.
This past week, the Murray State Career Fair took place at the CFSB Center on Tuesday and Wednesday. The two-day event put on by Career Services offers students a chance to meet with companies and educational institutions to discuss internships, jobs, and potential learning opportunities. Matt Purdy of Murray State's Career Services explained what all the career fair would entail for students who are interested in attending in the future.
Students are welcome to come and join us however they like. We've got the trolley that runs from the Career Center. They can also come to the CFSB Center. After they get checked in and they get their name tag, they are welcome to go around and network and mingle with all of our employers here in the building. And so it's a good idea just to check employers out and learn what they do. They can always check on EHE as well to find out what organizations are going to be here, go forward the events. And go around, introduce themselves, students can market themselves, even as I said, learn more about the attending organizations.
Purdy highlighted several of the organizations that were in attendance at the fair Tuesday, with groups ranging from retail and business to technology and outreach programs.
I'm really happy to have a wide variety of companies, whether it be retail organizations like Buckle, we've got Enterprise here, we also have some engineering firms like BMW, Martin Engineering, as well as different graduate schools and nonprofits from the area as well.
While the career fair has ended, Purdy wants students to know the importance these events can have on their future.
Career fairs are super important to help students network with prospective employers. 85% of positions are never posted online. They come through some of these networks. So the relationships that they make at these events are super, super valuable. Not only here while they're at Murray State, but even beyond after they graduate.
The Downtown Farmers Market took place once again this past Saturday at the Court Square in Murray. The Murray Farmers Market is a vibrant hub for fresh produce and local goods. It features a variety of vendors offering everything from seasonal fruits and vegetables to handmade crafts and baked goods. The market fosters a strong sense of community where local farmers and artisans connect directly with shoppers.
Farmers markets provide a direct sales avenue for local farmers and artisans, keeping money within the community and boosting the overall local economy. They also foster a sense of community by bringing people together, creating a social hub where people can connect and engage with local vendors. Farmers markets play a critical role in enhancing the overall community and economy.
The Downtown Farmers Market exists to provide a location for farmers and crafters to promote their products directly to the consumers at a reasonable price to stimulate the local economy. If you are in town on Saturday mornings, be sure to visit the downtown area to shop, socialize, or just walk around the square. The Farmers Market is hosted every Saturday, May through October, starting at 7 a.m. going until noon. If you visit, it will become your favorite morning tradition.
Last but not least, Murray State students will be on fall break this Thursday and Friday, giving everyone a well-deserved break from classes. During the break, dorms in Winslow Hall will remain open for those staying on campus. If you're traveling, stay safe on the roads and don't forget to pack your essentials, like your keys, wallet, and any medications you might have. It's a quick break, so we'll see you back on classes on Monday.
And that's it for Hot Topics. Stick around because when we come back, we're going to be discussing MSU's latest sporting statistics. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to MSU Tonight, and you are now hanging with the Sports Lot. I'm Zach Simmons.
I'm Drayton Charlton Perrin.
And I'm Joe Reed.
Let's take a look at this weekend's sports scores, starting with volleyball, who beat Indiana State in straight sets 3-0 and reverse sweeping Evansville 3-2. Your thoughts on that, Drayton?
Yeah, I was there for that game. It was incredibly exciting. That game, just tons of kills, tons of great sets. Bailey Demir for Murray State did a fantastic job putting the ball in the right places. Ella Vogel, Lily Burnett, two of the star players for the Racers, had some great games. Darcy Metzger got her 1,000th kill of her career, which is an incredibly impressive number. Ella Vogel obviously leads the team in kills this year. She's the star player, had another great game, and so I'm looking forward to see what they do tonight and later in the season. Coming back from a reverse sweep is not easy to do. They were down 0-2 and came back to win the next three. And the final two sets that they won weren't even close. They won the third set 15-8, I believe. It was a awesome game, super exciting.
Worth noting as well, Bailey Demir had 47 assists in the game against Evansville, which was her 8th 40-plus assist game. Moving on to football, who had another rough outing this week as they lost 59-0 to the 4th-ranked team in South Dakota. Joe, what were your thoughts on that game?
Man, this game was very disappointing. You know, coming off a week that we put up a lot of points in the first half, we couldn't get anything going. I believe we had 13 completed passes between two quarterbacks. That is just not acceptable. We didn't have a back that had more than 6 carries. It was just an awful night that we just couldn't get going at all. I mean, it was bad. We didn't have many fans in attendance, and the fans that were there were pretty much gone by halftime. It was very sad.
That's true. And Jamari Daly, probably the lone bright spot for the team in general, recording his first career interception. Going to soccer, Brees Bass was the lone goal scorer for the Racers, hitting an improbable goal. I mean, she kicked it like rainbow flicked it over a defender and over the goalkeeper to see the Racers' first goal. Took that lead early in the second half, but Illinois State equalized in the 87th minute to finish in a 1-1 draw. Drayton, what were your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, that's an incredibly disappointing draw for Murray State. They were dominating the entire game as far as time of possession, shots on goal, everything like that. Murray State was dominating. Illinois State did not have an answer for them. But I will say Murray State wasn't hitting their shots. They were taking all the right shots. They just weren't going in. Brees Bass made an unbelievable goal. It was one of the hardest shots of the game, and of course that was the one that went in for them. Mm-hmm. And Illinois State, they kept their poise, they kept fighting, and in the last 5 minutes of the game, they got a late goal, and they kept the draw, kept the loss off the stat sheet.
Yeah, everybody's going to take a share of points there. That was Brees Bass's 3rd goal for the season and her first since August 18th. Looking ahead to sports coming up over fall break, tennis has a 5-day regional tournament for ITA. It's the Ohio Valley Regional. We wish them good luck there. Soccer travels to Springfield to play Missouri State. Missouri State currently ranked number 1 in the Missouri Valley Conference with 4 wins and 1 draw. Drayton, what are your thoughts on that game coming up?
Yeah, Missouri State is an extremely tough team in every sport, but one thing about them is they just have such great concentration and great team chemistry, and so, yeah, going to be a challenge for the Racers. The Racers are going to need to find a way to just really lock in. They're going to have a really tough second half of this season here. Joe, you have any thoughts?
Man, it's just like you said, piggyback off what you said, it's a tough second half of the season. Hopefully they can get things going and, get some goals to fall, get some goals to go through.
The Racers are also looking for their first win in conference play. Moving on to volleyball, they start a 2-game road trip over the break. They will play Drake on October 11th, Northern Iowa on the 12th. Both of those teams are tied for conference. They're both undefeated at 4-0, and the Racers are tied for 3rd with 2 other teams, but they are going into hostile territory, going to Iowa. Drayton, what are your thoughts on what the Racers might be able to pull off?
Yeah, I would say I believe in the Racers. They have an extremely talented team. They have so many weapons. Federica Nuccio, Ella Vogel, Lily Burnett, all these players. Obviously, Bailey Demir so good at putting the ball in the right places for her weapons. So I would say do not sleep on the Racers. They've been playing very well. A couple bad sets here and there. The 2 that they dropped to Evansville were very, very poor sets. But then they obviously came back and finished the job, winning the next 3 straight. And so that's what you want to expect from the Racers. I think they're going to continue to bring that energy. And I expect them to do very well in conference against these top teams. So I would say do not sleep on the Racers.
Football continues to look for their first conference win on the season. They're traveling to Terre Haute, Indiana to play the Sycamores of Indiana State. Both teams 1-4. It's worth noting that Indiana State was the team Murray State beat in their inaugural Missouri Valley Football Conference game. Joe, how do you think the Racers are going to fare, and what do they have to change to really get the ball rolling for them this back half of the season?
Well, to start with my train of thought, someone has to win their second game of the season. Hopefully it'll be our Racers. They just got to, attack, make smart decisions. I think we've been playing to really win rather than to, do what we can do. We're doing things that might be out of our realm. I think if we really get a solid game plan, try to mark off some goals for the day, and just really focus on moving the ball and stopping the ball, I think we'll have a better chance this week. But, it just has to be a change. I haven't seen much of a change, from the beginning of the season. It's been just lack of ball play.
Drayton, you talked to Jody after the game on radio. What were kind of his thoughts on this South Dakota game and maybe looking forward to this Indiana State game?
Yeah, so it was another really tough game, especially for the defense. They gave up 72 to North Dakota and then now just gave up 59 to South Dakota. I was trying to keep things positive with Jody because obviously you can't feel too good after another big loss like that.
Right.
I asked him what he thought the positives were from this game and what they can take away, and he gave me an honest answer. He said there were no positives to come from that game. It was a terrible game, and they need to work on it. I also asked him about special teams. That's been a problem lately. They've been getting fumbles, block punts, all that sort of stuff. They need to figure out their special teams. So Jody did say he's going to try to get some new faces in the lineup, see who really wants to play, see who's going to make that effort, because special teams is just as important as anything else. If you're making mistakes on special teams, you're going to lose games, and so they're going to make sure that they get the right guys in. So look to see some new faces out there for Murray State.
Yeah, and the last thing we want to bring up is Rifles hosting their second meet of the season. They're going to take on Ole Miss, looking to win back-to-back after they beat UT Martin. That's all for the stadium lot. When we come back, we've got scary movie trivia on the way.
Hey, and welcome to Trivia Showdown, the segment where I put our helper minds to the test. In honor of the spooky month, tonight we'll be asking our 3 contestants a variety of horror movie questions. Whichever gets the most points gets spared a pie in the face. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's explain the rules of the game. We're going to go in a right-to-left format, asking you, then you, then you. If you get the question wrong, you 2 get to raise your hands, and the first one that does gets to steal the question. If none of you get the answer right, we move on to the very next one, and you get the answer. Everyone gets 1 point, depending on exactly whether or not you answer the questions. I'm just excited. These are the pies we'll be hitting you with today, though. Oh, don't those look nice? Can't wait to see one of you covered in pie. Okay, you feeling ready? You feeling loose?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
All right. Each of you has only 5 seconds to answer every question that I ask you. All right, Joe, we're going to start with you. Now, what is the name of the slasher character that popularized the horror genre in 1978's Halloween? 5 seconds on the clock.
Michael Myers.
That is correct. That is 1 point for Joe. All right, we're going to go again. Isaac, what is the name of the popular supernatural horror movie that features the game Hide and Clap and the witch Bathsheba? 5 seconds on the clock.
The Conjuring.
That's not your question. That's Lance's. I'm sorry. But you did get it right.
So just give him my next question.
1 question for Isaac. 1 point for Isaac. That's on me. I don't know why I keep mixing up your names. All right. Lance this time. Lance, what is the name of the director Wes Cameron's first slasher film that had people in 1984 afraid to fall asleep?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
That is correct, and a point for Lance. You guys are doing well so far. What film is this quote from? Red rum. Red rum. Red rum. 5 seconds on the clock. Joe.
God. Shining.
That is correct. Fantastic. All right, Lance. What is the name of the 1974 film that features the misunderstood horror icon, Leatherface? 5 seconds on the clock.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
And that is correct. Can't wait to get to the hard ones. My God. All right, Isaac. What is the name of the character in Silence of the Lambs that says, "I'm having an old friend for dinner"?
Hannibal Lecter.
That is correct. Favorite movie psycho. All right, Joe. What is the name of the club of kids that battle Pennywise in the dreary sewers in Stephen King's It?
The Losers Club.
That is correct. I'm impressed by that one, actually. All right, Lance. Which horror slasher has Kid Cudi, Jenna Ortega, and Maya Goth as a part of the main cast working on an adult film? 5 seconds.
X.
That is correct. All right, Isaac. What is the correct spelling of the name Beetlejuice?
Beetlegeuce.
That is wrong. Who wants to steal? First hand up. Okay, Joe, what is the correct spelling of Beetlejuice?
Beetlegeuice.
That is wrong. Okay, Lance, it's all up to you. 5 seconds on the clock. How do you spell Beetlejuice?
Bettleguise.
That is wrong. The correct spelling of the name Beetlejuice is Betelgeuse.
G-E-U.
No one gets a point for that one, sadly.
Lame.
What is the animal that attacks and kills everyone but a child on a TV set of Jordan Peele's Nope 2022? Joe.
Can you repeat the question?
What is the animal that attacks and kills everyone but a child on a TV set in Jordan Peele's Nope 2022?
What is the name of the animal, or what is the animal?
What is the animal?
A
30
monkey.
seconds left.
It's a monkey.
You know what? I'll take that. It was a chimp. All right, Churchill the cat is brought back to life in what Stephen King classic film, Lance?
Oh, Pet Cemetery.
That is correct. Love that one. What 2018 sci-fi horror film's monsters are defeatable through sound, and specifically in the first of the franchise, a Kochler implant? And that's your time. First to steal. Who's up? Lance.
Can we say the movie?
Yes.
A Quiet Place.
That is correct, and that's a point for Lance. Oh, Isaac, you better hurry up.
Yeah, I know.
All right. What 1988 slasher film is this quote from? His real name is Charles Lee Ray, and he's been sent down from heaven by Daddy to play with me.
That's my question.
That is Joe's question.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. What 1988 slasher film is this quote from? His real name is Charles Lee Ray, and he's been sent down from heaven by Daddy to play with me. 5 seconds.
19. Nightmare on Elm Street.
No. What is the answer, Lance?
Chucky.
That is also wrong.
Child's Play.
That is correct, and that's a point for Isaac. Okay, boys, we're about to get into the really hard questions. I don't think any of you are going to be able to answer these. Are you ready?
Let's go for it.
For these, though, you will have 8 seconds to answer. Okay, starting off with Joe. What horror comedy from 2015 features a demonic beast from German folklore that punishes a family during Christmas? 8 seconds.
Oh.
You got this, buddy.
Krampus.
That is correct, with only a second left to go. All right, Lance. A little girl loses her head to a telephone pole after eating a piece of cake in what film? 8 seconds.
Hereditary.
Hereditary is correct. All right, Isaac. In Blumhouse's The Black Phone, how many kids are taken by the grabber before Finney?
4.
No, that is incorrect. First to steal. I saw Lance's first.
5.
That is correct. That's a point for Lance. All right, this 1981 horror film is beloved for its incredible special effects and the transformation of a college student to a werewolf after he and his friend are attacked by a backpacking trip. What is it? Whose turn was it?
I think it was Joe's.
Joe's. What turn is it? You got 5 seconds left.
You got to repeat the question. I did not catch that.
This 1981 horror film is beloved for its incredible special effects in the transformation of a college student into a werewolf after he and his friend are attacked on a backpacking trip. What is it, Joe? You got this one. Come on. It's about a werewolf. You know that. And time is up.
An American Werewolf in London.
That is correct. Didn't even know that one existed. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Lance, what 2012 horror comedy stars Chris Hemsworth, Jesse Williams, and Sigourney Weaver in a twist-filled film that flips horror cliches? Hard one.
Oh, I know this one.
Oh, I bet you do. But you've only got 1 second left. And Lance.
I'm Isaac, but
That is
Cabin
Isaac.
in the Woods.
That is correct.
I just seen something about it earlier.
It was Chris
Isaac, since
Hemsworth.
I just
I
got your
can't
name
believe I
wrong and
forgot
you're
that
next. In 2019 horror comedy Ready or Not, what game does the wealthy family force the newlyweds to play because they believe their ghostly ancestor will kill them if they do not kill the bride 8 seconds?
Hide and seek.
That is correct. I'm impressed with how you guys are just firing these off. Joe, considered a box office flop, this 2014 film on a mother's loss and her battle to save her son from a picture book demon has become a modern horror classic and a bit of a meme. What is it?
The Babadook.
That is correct. Is that how you pronounce that?
Babadook.
Yeah.
I thought it was Babadook.
I think it depends on your choice of pronunciation.
Probably. There is a 2010 horror comedy that spins the cliche of the backwoods rednecks versus spring breaker college students on its head. What are the names of the two sweetheart hillbillies from the film Lance?
Is it Chris and Tucker?
It is not, unfortunately.
Tucker,
Isaac.
Dale and Tucker.
That is correct. Dale and Tucker.
Man.
Absolutely ruined hillbillies for everyone. My God. Okay. Isaac. Aliens named Chubby, Fatso, Jumbo, Rudy, Shorty, Slim, and Spike crash outside a small town, go on a rampage, and harvest townspeople in which cult classic from 1988?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That is correct. Everyone loves that movie.
I should have got that question.
All right. Joe, what character in the first Scream did MSU alums W. Earl Brown play?
God.
That's a really hard one, but it's not our hardest.
Oh, wow.
And that's time's up. Oh, I saw your hand first.
He was the camera guy, Mike.
That is correct.
Yep.
Technically, his name was Kenny, but we did accept the name Cameraman. Okay, final question, hardest there is. I don't have any faith in any of you to answer this. In the climax,
Love you too, Adam.
in the climax of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, little Abby is about to be crushed in a spring lock suit. Gentlemen, name the animatronic that suit is modeled after. Yes?
Chuck E. Cheese.
No. Who's first to steal? Get 8 seconds before it goes away. Joe?
Golden Freddy.
That is not correct. He is in that movie, though. Lance, all you, buddy. 8 seconds on the clock.
I can't remember his name. He's some old bear, I think.
Oh, it is absolutely not.
Well,
Unfortunately, that mascot suit is based off of the Ella doll from the, I believe, first book installation. I'm sorry, boys, but we are out of questions. Natty, if you could tally up the scores and tell us who lost. Gentlemen, are you ready for this?
no.
Oh, that's sad. Lance, I'm afraid you've only gotten 7 points.
Real.
Out of 24? 24.
I thought I'd do better.
Joe, you have gotten 6 points out of 24. And Isaac, you have a whopping 9 points. You are the winner. Congratulations. A round of applause. And you know what that means, boys? It's time for pie. Would our wonderful assistants off screen please do the honors?
I got a timer here.
I can't believe I fumbled on the 2 questions I knew. I fumbled.
I know.
Isaac, you can step back with me in the winner's circle.
We locking in, bro.
In 3, 2, 1, pie. Oh.
I'm going to have to clean this setup. Well, that's all the time we have for this evening. But be sure to check us out on MSU Tonight on youtube.com/MSU Tonight.
Low-key, Isaac, you missed out, bro.
Good night, everybody.